I feel as though with all the things we talk about on social media, we don't talk about grief and running the business and how detrimental it could be on your mental health and how hard it is. On the outside, people see the sales, people see the content, people see you winning, you hitting your goals, but they don't understand all the things that you go through behind the scenes. You might have been on your knees begging and crying for God to to figure things out in life. And then you got to go and post. And this is probably going to be one of the realest videos I've ever made on social media when it comes to me and the realness behind the scenes with business, because business is not easy. Dealing with grief while running a business has been one of the most challenging things of my life. I thought when I lost my mom, and then later on, as I got older, I lost my brother, that, I would be used to grief because I've been grieving ever since I was, a young teenager. And I started losing people when I was in high school. And I remember when I lost my mom on Christmas Eve, I remember how I felt like my world just stopped while everyone else's kept going. I feel as though, being a business owner, you're supposed to learn your analytics, you're supposed to have a good marketing team, you're supposed to know your product or your service, your why, you're supposed to have good quality, good customer service. It's all these things that you as a business owner you need to have or do, but there's no one never talking about when life happens. How do you keep afloat? How you keep going? How you keep that passion? How you not allow people to disturb your peace? And that was one of the main things for me in the last few years. I believe that there was so much disturbance in my life because I dedicated and I wanted to be there for everyone. So stay with me. I lost my mom on Christmas Eve of 2012. I had to walk the stage to get my college degree in May. So that was months later. And then another full year later, I started my business. And at the moment, it really wasn't a business. It was just me creating phone cases because I found something that I love to do. Because I remember I got my degree and I wanted to be a police officer so bad, really a canine officer. But I was back and forth because I felt as though it just wasn't my calling. And then I was working at housekeeping, and I hated my job as a housekeeper because if you do not know, housekeepers get treated like crap. It doesn't matter if you're young, you're old. We get treated like crap during our employees, our supervisors, nurses, doctors. I mean, it's really bad. And my mom always taught me, you treat the CEO and the housekeeper the same. One of my biggest things that really drive me crazy during this time is people do not have Christmas spirit. People do not have their Christmas spirit. I get rushed so much during this season. I get talked to any type of way. I get ghosted all the time, and it don't even be like I'm sending messages. It be people that want my services, and then they just read my messages and ghost me. Meanwhile, I stop what I was doing, whether I stop eating, I stop, playing around with the kids, I stop doing whatever I was doing to answer a question or to be there for a potential customer or a returning customer. And that is a hard pill to swallow because during this season, the holiday times is where my mind be all over the place and I'm very emotional. So it can be the littlest things that will like ignite me. And people don't care. People want what they want. The messages, the emails, the entitlement. I don't That's how I know I'm a different type of business owner, because there's certain things where I'll just say no to. I have pushed away so many sales this season because it was the way people were speaking to me through the emails. It was the way people were speaking to me through the DMs. It was the way people wanted me to do certain, things for them, but didn't want to pay me my worth. Didn't want to follow simple directions like going to the website, but then assist on, calling or going through Messenger and calling. It's so much, and it sucks because every year we know when Christmas is, and I feel like I'm still going through the same thing. It's like I don't want to push away a sale because I need the money. I do this full time. Like, this is how I put food on my table, like for sure. But in the same breath, I talk about a lot of things when it comes to social media and what I go through behind the scenes, but I don't tell everything because I understand the internet is not a safe place. The internet is not a safe place. There are safe people that are on social media, but it's not a safe place. And I understand my business or what I tell, whether it's a friend, another business owner, or on social media, I know that if I tell my business or what I went through, that the story is out now. And there's so many parts of my story where I'm not embarrassed, just more so I expected myself to be further than. I expected more, and I want and need more at the same time too. One of my biggest regrets in having grief and having a business is acting like I was okay and not being real with myself, allowing people to step over boundaries with me. I feel lonely, and I know, like, I want my friends, I want new friends, I want people to understand me. It's hard to have a business and grieving at the same time, and a mom, and different state. Like, I feel like I'm going through so much at one time in a full-time business, or you don't understand not having, certain people in your life that could possibly make it a little tad bit easier and help. Now, I can have this conversation and we can continue on and on for hours and hours, but I just wanted to, have a video of this vulnerability. I want to know if anyone's out there, if anyone that on the one side of their brain is like, man, this is not worth it. What I go through behind the scenes that no one knows about. Everyone just want to take from me. Like, there's so much. Friends didn't understand about me with grief. I just wish more people would listen to me. I wish more people was there for me, and not because of Mars custom cases, but because of Marisa. For anyone that go out their way to support, for anyone that got their way to engage and to love on me in this business, these kids, I thank you, Lord. And even though sometimes I don't know what to ask for, God, you know I need more. I need more reinsurance. I need more financial stability. I need more networking with people that see the value in me and not try to take from me, because there's been so many times where people take. And I look around and I be like, I barely have anything. And the little bit I have, people are trying to take. And it makes me exhausted because as a business, we can't always talk about what we're going through. So many moments sleeping on the floor and people not even realizing and telling me my prices are too high. And still, Lord, I get up every day and pushing the content, pushing the videos, just pushing me. Regardless, I'm grateful for what I have. I just feel like there's so many empty spots. I feel like I bring so much joy to people. I bring so much love to people. And a lot of times I'm pouring too much from my cup into their cup, and I'm left empty. Continue bringing the right people in my life, in my business. I'm praying for 2025 for more people that align with me, Lord, that don't want nothing in return, Lord. And anyone that's not supposed to be here, Lord, it's time to let them go. And I know it's going to be hard, like it's been such a hard last couple of years. But I know being uncomfortable is a step of going somewhere or getting somewhere. And no matter what the trials and tribulations I've been through, thank you, Lord. It's such a bittersweet moment when you are creating and doing for so many people. Like, I've created so many phone cases, shipped them all over the United States and a country. And I barely have enough money still to buy things for my kids. And it's not about materialistic things, like I mentioned in our previous video. It's more so when you struggled for the last couple of years and you barely could do the littlest things or the most simplest things. You want to do more. You want to give your kids more. So on top, when you get treated like crap and people being so rude to you, and then on top of you, only thing you wish you had for the holidays is a person and not material things. Not the shoes, it's not the bag, not all the gifts underneath the tree. And even during these dark moments, I still keep going. So I gotta let y'all go because I have therapy today and I have to go to the store to get a few stocking stuffers for my babies. I haven't been able to do too much, but I'm just grateful and glad that God placed so many people to support me this season. This whole year, it's been so hard. My phone been off most of the time. Um, and a lot of people would have never known. I've been hungry a lot of times. In fact, I had someone tell me, no matter what you're going through, at least you're not hungry. And that was bittersweet because at that moment, all that was focused was my kids and making sure they was fed and they was full. So you never know what I'm going through, but I appreciate the ones that support me. And it's not always just buying. It's the ones that show up to watch the videos all the way through, to comment and like. And for the ones that don't and just watch me from afar, y'all push me too. You guys push me. I just want to take a moment to just thank God because when I tell you God be Godding in certain ways and areas in my life and my family's life, a lot of things that we deal with are things I have dealt with. This isn't right. But I don't speak on everything because God sees it. Where a lot of you are missing out of leaving yourself and having God by your side. There will be people that copy you. There will be people that will give up on you. As long as you don't give up on yourself, that's all that matters.